In this video, we are going to learn the gradient mesh. So the gradient mesh is a little bit challenging, so be patient with yourself. All right, let's go to File, New, and begin. A new document, and we're going to go to File, Place, and let's place grape. Okay, so I'll make this grape as big as possible. There we go, and that looks good. Alright, so after that I'm going to actually lock this grape. Okay, and then above it I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, so far we've just been creating kind of flat colors or maybe using gradients. We could also use a gradient mesh to make something look more realistic. Okay, so first we'll begin by drawing this grape, just a round part for now. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool and take the fill out and have a bright outline so I can see what I'm drawing, and then I'm going to draw a circle. Okay, and I'm going to use my direct selection tool to move these different anchor points around. All right. There we go. Oops. Okay, so undo move. Alright, then I'm going to move this anchor point up here. So just by moving these 4 anchor points around, I can kind of get the shape that I want. You can see over here that, this needs to be more round. So I'm going to pull this handle down like so. Okay, and over here as well needs to be a bit more round. So I'll pull the handle out like so. Alright, and that looks pretty good. I won't worry about the stem just yet. Now, clicking on this, I am going to click over here to use the mesh tool. So click on that to do the mesh tool. And I'm going to click on the center. Okay, that creates a gradient mesh. So I'm actually going to kind of decrease the opacity so I can see what's happening behind there. All right, so what I need to do is to create some more mesh points around this grape. All right, so let's go click over click over here where the color changes. That's where you want to create your mesh points, right? So I'll click here, and one over here, and here, maybe around here as well, and be up here. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna move this over like so, and then I am going to click on certain points and kind of sample the correct color of the grape. So let's begin by going to the very bottom here. So I can take the opacity away now, so click, all right, and I'm gonna go to my mesh tool. I'm gonna click at the very bottom here, so that color should be this dark color here, and same as all the other points at the bottom should all be this dark color. So I use my mesh tool, I click on the bottom anchor point, and then I go over to my eyedropper tool, and then I click on the bottom here. Again, I go over here to the anchor point at the bottom. I use my eyedropper tool. I click down there. Okay, next bottom point, same thing. Here, and eyedropper tool, because around there is quite dark. Okay, around here, and click. And around here, eyedropper tool here. There we go. So this one here, I'm going to click on this point. Okay, that's a bit different, right? So now up here is getting more purple and less dark. I'm going to sample around here, and let's try down here. Should be about this color here. Same as over there. Should be this color here. So I hope you're getting the idea. I'm sure it'd be more interesting if you were working on it than if you were watching me, but hopefully this is kind of giving you some idea of what you're supposed to do. You know, I think this you can learn best by actually doing the work. You can only learn so much by watching me, but hopefully this is giving you a good idea of what you need to do. Okay, so I click here. There we go. Okay, and the center here is this color. Right. Same as here. That's starting to look better, right? Okay, click here. Should be about this color here. Over here you have this color. If you like, you can always start with around the edges first. There we go. Up here is this color. Make sure you click on the anchor point. Doesn't look like I'm actually clicking on the right anchor point. There we go. Haven't been quite successful, so sometimes it helps if I zoom in a bit and then click on it. Right, there we go. Click, there we go. Now I got it. That one is up here, I believe. And then down here is this one here. And, you know, I'm not going to do too much more different in this video, so if you would like to skip ahead, that's also fine, or if you like to kind of continue watching how I'm going through the whole grape, that is also, oops, that is also fine. Okay, and one more here. Okay, so maybe it helps if I zoom out, then you can see that I'm just sort of guessing where on the grape I am. Over here. Okay, if you need, you can always create more points if you think that there are certain areas which you can see have, you know, kind of highlighted colors there. Like, let's say this one here is brighter over there. And go. There you go. So that is my grape for now. Yeah. So what I would like you to do is, you know, create maybe the rest of this shape here, the stem, and you can place them side by side and export it. Okay, so I still have some time, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You could also create that little shadow at the bottom if you like, but you don't have to. So I'm just going to go back here and kind of draw that. So I'm going to create a new layer. So I'm going to create a new layer here, and then I can use my pen tool and then draw that little stem if I wish to. Oh, I probably should have hidden that first. There we go. Okay, so our activity has more to do with the mesh, so don't worry too much about this stem here. If you like to also play around with the mesh on the stem, you know, feel free to, but you really don't need to worry about it. So what I would like you to do is actually, there we go. So I'm gonna move those two over, and yeah, so if you could do that next to each other and go File, Export, and Export As.